What is good, YouTube? It's Joey today here with the NFL playoff predictor website, and we're going to be predicting our Week 12 games. So we're making our Week 12 predictions. So let's get right into it. Trying out a new mic here. So let's see how it goes. So we're going to predict the Thursday games at the end of the Thanksgiving games at the end of the video, because by the time this video goes up, these games will be being played or may not be played. I'm recording this on a Wednesday night, so we'll see. So let's get on with the Steelers and Bengals over here to my left. The Steelers and the Bengals are two teams that we're on the fence about, that we don't know if they're really good or not. I don't think they're good. The Steelers, Big Ben is washed. He's not really that good right now. The offensive line isn't really that good, and Najee Harris is banged up, and Najee Harris has been amazing, but he's really been their only offense. And this defense without Minka Fitzpatrick and without TJ Watt will take a major hit. It's already taken a major hit, as you saw versus the Chargers. And I think it was just two not so good teams facing off, and the Steelers almost pulled off that comeback. Big Ben looked pretty good in that game, but the Chargers defense isn't that good. I think the Bengals defense is much better. So the Steelers will probably be able to create some sort of pass rush on Joe Burrow, but I think this offense and Joe Burrow gets it done at home. So give me the Bengals. A best bet, a game that I would bet on, one of my locks for the week, you could say, would be the Patriots against the Titans. The Titans are the number one seed in the AFC right now, but I don't think they're really playing like it, or they're really the number one seed. The Titans their offense isn't good. It's not good at all. Without Derrick Henry, they can't do anything. It's just really A.J. Brown on the edge. If A.J. Brown doesn't have a great game, then Tannehill's going to struggle, and this Patriots defense has been playing like a top defense, like an elite defense this season. So I wouldn't count on the Titans really changing anything around. The Titans defense has been getting them through these games. And against the Texans, you saw that offense wasn't good, and Tannehill struggles without that run game. And the Patriots have the corners on the outside. They have the secondary to really lock down and that pass rush to get after it. And Bill Belichick will coach his way to points, and the Patriots' offensive line is good, and they'll run the ball. They'll build their pass game off of that, and I think the Patriots stay hot. So give me the Patriots. It's also at home, so this is one of my most confident picks for the week. So if the Titans pull off that upset, that would be quite impressive. Texans and Jets, two very bad teams. Tyrod Taylor has the Texans doing pretty well. The Jets, they're both bad. The Texans coming off win. I don't know. It's two bad teams. I don't know who to pick. Sheesh. They're both terrible, but the Jets have more talent. Elijah Moore has been playing really well as a rookie. He's been impressing a lot. I think they'll be able to run the ball decently on the Texans. And I think this defense got a little bit of a talent. Robert Saleh, I think, outcoaches David Culley here. So a 50-50 game could go either way, but I'm going to take the Jets. So the Broncos, coming off a bye, they're going to be facing the Chargers. These two teams both need wins desperately. The Chargers looking to have a hot streak and actually try to make the playoffs and try to find themselves. They want to hit their stride right now. That's what the Chargers have to do. The Broncos have to prove to some people that they're actually a good team. This defense has a lot of talent, but they haven't been playing that well. So I'd expect Justin Herbert to be scoring some points. But then again, Javonte Williams is a beast, and I think the Chargers defense is pretty bad. So it's going to go back and forth here. The Chargers in these games usually have a huge lead, and then they blow it somehow, and then the Broncos win in like the final minute on some crazy plays. That's what normally happens when these two teams play. So history tells you that you should be picking the Broncos here, also coming off the bye. But in a league with momentum, a league where the quarterback can make the difference a lot of the time, I'm going to take the Chargers and Herbert, although the Broncos could easily win this game. But I'm on the fence about that one, but we'll take the Chargers. The Ravens and the Browns. The Ravens won last week without Lamar. The Browns, man, they were my Super Bowl pick, but boy, they beat the Lions by 3 points, and Baker Mayfield is not a good quarterback, especially when he's all banged up. And without Odell, it's not really making much of a difference. That Bengals game was their peak in recent weeks, and now they're kind of on the downfall. So the Browns still got a great offensive line, still great at running the football. It's just that pass game. The Ravens' pass defense hasn't been all that great, but Lamar against this defense, it's a divisional game. But since it is at home, I'll take the Ravens. I just can't. The Browns just need to, man, I don't know. Baker's really struggling. Like, starting Case Keenum wouldn't be such a bad or crazy idea at this point. So I'm gonna take the Ravens over the Browns. So teams on bye, Cardinals, Chiefs, they both don't play this week. We're saving the Sunday games for that, or the Thursday Thanksgiving games for the end of the video. So we got the Buccaneers and the Colts. A game that's probably one of the biggest or more important games of this week. We got the Buccaneers finally refining themselves, I guess you could call it. And you have the Colts with their statement win over the Buffalo Bills. So the Giants aren't a good team. So we'll really see what the Buccaneers look like against a good team. But I think this is a bad matchup for the Colts. It's on the road. The Buccaneers have the quarterback advantage. To me, the Colts have the coaching advantage, but the Buccaneers have a run defense, still a good run defense, and their game plan. Todd Bowles is a good coach, but I'm talking about Bruce Arians is not a good coach. But anyways, so the Buccaneers with their fast linebackers, I think they'll do a decent job at slowing Jonathan Taylor down, and that's going to put pressure on Carson Wentz to beat this team. Michael Pittman, the playmakers on the edge, got to make plays. I don't know how many plays they will make. The Colts defense is going to have their hands full with a very talented offense. Honestly, Colts could pull this game out, but the Buccaneers, I think they win 2 straight just because of the matchup advantages. I just think it's a bad matchup for the Colts. So Colts have been playing better football recently, but I think the Buccaneers are just a better team and match up better. So that's why I am going to pick the Bucs to win. The Panthers and the Dolphins. Cam Newton trying to sneak these Panthers into the playoffs. The wild card race in the NFCs between the Panthers, the Eagles, the Vikings, and like the Niners. Those are the teams in the hunt right now, and the Saints. So they're like, and I'm the Seahawks and the football team, the Giants, are all falling behind a little bit. But to me, those first teams I mentioned are in the hunt right now. So that's the wild card race. So this is a game you have to win. The Dolphins have been playing better ball as of recently. They did beat the Jets, but it's the Jets. Come on, they're bottom 5, bottom 3 team with the Texans and the Lions all down there. But give me the Panthers here. Cam Newton, I think, finds a way to get it done on the road. This defense causes problems for this Dolphins offense, and I think it's just a bad matchup. So Christian McCaffrey also going to go crazy. So give me the Panthers here in this game. I really like the defense to cause some turnovers, get to the quarterback. And I trust Cam. He looks pretty good. I know they lost to the football team, but it's against the Dolphins. So I think the Panthers are going to win. I got them. So Jaguars and Falcons. The Falcons coming off their stinker against the Patriots. A lot of time to recover. Jags with Trevor. Should be a fun little game. Um, I'm not really too sure to pick. Jaguars are at home, but give me the Falcons here. I think Matt Ryan, Kyle Pitts in this offense gets back on track. AJ Terrell has been playing like a great corner. Grady Jarrett, they still got talent. And as of right now, the Falcons have been playing better football. They are banged up, but it could go either way, really. Jaguars or Falcons, but give me the Falcons here. So, with our next game, we got the Eagles and the Giants. Divisional game. Giants are not good. Eagles have been on a run. Eagles are a sneaky team. I've been thinking to myself, um, ever since the Eagles started on this little run, I'm like, they could possibly run the table and sneak in there as a playoff team. Hey, Jalen Hurts is really underrated, and Devonta Smith's playing great. This offensive line, they can run the ball. The coaching has been good, and this defense, pass rush has been good. And man, I gotta take the Eagles, dude. They're on the road, but the Giants, man, they're not a good team, bro. Like, got demolished, like destroyed by the Bucks. And Daniel Jones been struggling. Saquon, not really a factor, and kind of got a little bit banged up too. He's injury prone. The receivers haven't been getting the connection. Jason Garrett got fired. Play calling was terrible. And this defense has been meh. So give me the Eagles here, and I think they can win by more than one score. It's a divisional game, so that's what's the concerning part. But the Eagles should win this game. All right, so you got the Vikings and the Niners, two teams that are probably going to be the favorites to get that 6 and 7 seed. The Niners have been heating up, man, blowing out the Jaguars and blowing out the Rams. So they've been winning some games. I thought the 49ers were done against after the loss to the Cardinals to their practice squad. But apparently that Cardinals practice squad is actually pretty good. So, I mean, imagine the Cardinals A squad. But anyways, we're not talking about them in this video. They're on a bye week. The 49ers have been figuring it out. Jimmy G has been playing well. When Jimmy G is healthy, he wins a lot of games with these Niners. It's just the problem is he's never been able to be healthy. They can run the ball. George Kittle and Debo are really, really good, terrorizing defenses. Ayuk is coming back. Um, he's playing better. So Kyle Shanahan, man, this offense is really dangerous. Defensively, they still got Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. So that defense, it's not as good as the offense, but man, they have been putting together some great performances over these past 2 weeks. But the Vikings coming off their win against the Packers, it always seems to happen. Like the Vikings will steal a game from the Packers most years, like they did last year, but not the year before. But the Vikings with Kirk Cousins been playing really well. I don't think you can really hate on Kirk Cousins, although I'd love to hate on Kirk Cousins because I don't like the Vikings. But you got to give the man props. Justin Jefferson is a beast animal, looking like the best receiver in the game, even though Cooper Kupp has more stats. I mean, as of recently, Justin Jefferson went off. Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook got held against the Packers, but the Packers are really good defense. They game plan for Cook in the run game, but that secondary got exposed. Vikings secondary not going to be good. So the Niners, I'd imagine, is going to score a lot of points. And when it comes down to it, Niners are the home team. Niners, I think, are going to score more points, and I trust the Niners defense more. I trust Kyle Shanahan more than Mike Zimmer. So that's why I'm going to take the Niners. But it should be a very good game to watch. Games to watch out for are the Vikings-Niners game, Bucks-Colts. The next game we're going to talk about, Rams-Packers, and I think you should tune into the Browns-Ravens Sunday night football game. So all very good games. But getting to the Rams and the Packers game, most definitely the game of the week. Rams coming off the bye, going to Lambeau Field, trying to find themselves. OBJ's second game will have OBJ figures stuff out. I don't know. Um, Looking at the Packers, what their secondary did last week was not good at all. So that's concerning. I think Cooper Kupp's gonna go off. They're gonna stick Eric Stokes on him probably, or maybe King, someone. So that's a favorable matchup for the Rams. The pass game there. The Packers' run defense though has been playing really well. So I'd imagine the Rams are gonna struggle to run it, and then the Rams' offensive line. That's gonna be where this game is decided. The pass rush of Green Bay and the pass protection from the Rams, which has been struggling. So that's an area to watch out for. On the flip side, Bakhtiari is going to be playing, and Elton Jenkins suffered a torn ACL. So that offensive line for Green Bay, the coaching is really going to have to kick up a lot more than it has in the past. So that is very concerning. So Jalen Ramsey versus Devonta Adams. Do they play Jalen Ramsey in the slot or bring him in the box, or they just stick him on Devonta? It's going to have to be a really, really good coaching performance by Matt LaFleur. Rams are struggling, but this could be a very tough matchup for Green Bay, especially if this defense figures themselves out and Odell figures it out and this team figures it out over the bye. They could come out roaring. I picked this team to make the Super Bowl before the season started. The Rams, that is. The Packers are dealing with so many injuries. This defense had a shaky performance last week, but that was a divisional game. This is close to a divisional game. These two teams know each other well. I'm going to have to choose the home team in the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. He's playing better ball right now. I think this defense can figure it out, but the Rams will probably score quite a bit of points. This secondary just has to play better than they did versus the Vikings, and it's hard without Jair, but the Packers are pretty banged up, but I think they'll find a way to get by. And then the Seahawks football team Monday night. Russ is rusty, man. Russ needs to leave the Seahawks. He's getting sacked way too often. This defense isn't that good, and well, they've been playing better. They've actually been keeping the Seahawks in games, but then this offense ultimately just stinks it up, and then the defense can't do it any longer, and then the other teams score, and then they win. So they're on the road against the football team who won against the Panthers. I think the football team keeps it going and beats the Seahawks. This defense has been playing better for Washington, and I think the Seahawks are just a complete mess right now. They're just running the same scheme too much, and they're not really adapting. So the Seahawks are struggling, and I think they'll continue to struggle. Dropping a close one to the football team. That's going to be an interesting game to watch. Now getting into our Thanksgiving action for all of Thursday's games. Thursday's games, Thanksgiving games. Save them for the end of the video. But first, we got the Bears and the Lions. Andy Dalton and Tim Boyle. Oh boy, is this going to be fun to watch. No, it's not. Oh my gosh, dude. The Lions are at home. Can Timothy Boyle beat the Bears and Andy Dalton? Oh, this is going to be so painful to watch. I don't even care. Like, as a fan, I don't want to watch this game. I think people will finally learn how to talk to their families and have dinner instead of watching Thanksgiving football, because this is going to be a stinker at 10:30 in the morning. But Bears, Lions, I think the Lions get their first win. Congratulations. I think somehow the Bears and Matt Nagy's play calling will backfire, and it will be dumb. And I think the Lions will run the football well and create some turnovers, and I'm taking the upset. I'm feeling it. I think the Lions get their first win. They have to win one game at some point. I mean, it is the Lions. They tied. They could go 0-16-1. They've gone 0-16 before, but they've lost a lot of close games. So the Bears without Justin Fields are pretty bad. So, but the Lions are really bad even without Jared Goff. So I'm gonna take the Lions. Could go either way, but geez, we got the Raiders and the Cowboys. The Raiders have been stinking it up quite a bit, and this is their midseason collapse. They are on the downfall right now. The Raiders are 5-5, and they got blown out by the Bengals. It's really Derek Carr has been playing really well this year, but the rest of his team is letting him down. Defense isn't good. Even though the Cowboys are banged up, they should win at home quite comfortably. Um, Max Crosby has been playing well, though. Can't take that away. But the Cowboys defense should stop the Raiders enough, and I think Dallas in this offense should cruise to win. So give me the Cowboys. And then the Bills and the Saints. The Bills have been struggling. Got absolutely blown out. The Saints are a well-coached team, but no Kamara. Without Alvin Kamara, this team struggles. And Mark Ingram is questionable for tomorrow, which really hurts my fantasy team. So Bills or the Saints, this Bills defense, I think they're facing an inferior team. It's going to be an interesting coaching matchup, but give me the Bills. I think it's going to be a close one. Probably going to be the most competitive game on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Could go either way, but give me the Bills there. So that's going to complete it. We'll see how good I do. Here's all my picks right here on the screen. Let me know if you agree or disagree. A lot of good games, interesting games, big week. Every week gets bigger. So we'll see. But thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe, share, turn on all notifications. See you in the next one. Peace out.